The days passed slowly in the quiet coastal town, each one steeped in the haunting whisper that still lingered in Lila's mind. But she pushed it aside, telling herself she was here for a fresh start, a chance to lose herself in her art. Yet, in the back of her mind, the whisper lingered, stirring curiosity she couldn't quite shake. One morning, as the sun rose over the misty shore, she decided to take a walk along the beach, hoping the gentle waves and salty air would clear her mind. The beach was empty, save for the occasional seagulls soaring through the sky. Lila lost herself in the rhythm of the waves, feeling as if she was the only soul for miles. But just as she was about to turn back, she saw him, a figure standing alone near the water's edge, his gaze fixed on the horizon. There was something familiar about him, something that tugged at a memory just out of reach. He turned, his eyes meeting hers with a depth that took her breath away. His face was calm but marked by an unspoken sadness, as though he carried the weight of many lifetimes. "Ethan, beautiful morning, isn't it?" Lila nodded, unable to take her eyes off him. There was something about the way he looked at her, as if he knew her, as if he'd been waiting. "Lila, yes, that's perfect." They talked for a while, exchanging pleasantries and stories about the town. Ethan spoke with a softness that hinted at secrets he wasn't ready to reveal, his words laced with a sadness that echoed in his gaze. When he mentioned the old legends of the town, she noticed his voice had a reverent, almost nostalgic tone. "Ethan, they say this town holds onto memories, that the past lingers here, like a shadow in the mist. Some believe that love, once lost, can still find a way back." "Lila, and do you believe that?" "Ethan, I suppose I do. Sometimes, we're bound to places and people even if we don't fully understand why." They walked along the shore together, talking about art, memories, and the mysteries that seemed to linger in the air. With each word, Lila felt herself drawn deeper into the enigma that was Ethan. She felt a familiarity she couldn't explain, as if meeting an old friend or finding a part of herself she'd forgotten. As the sun began to dip lower in the sky, she turned to ask him more about himself, but when she looked, he was gone. One moment, he was beside her, and the next, he had vanished into thin air, as if he'd been nothing more than a figment of her imagination. Confused, she scanned the shore, her heart pounding as she wondered if she'd truly seen him or if her mind was playing tricks on her. But as she made her way back home, the haunting whisper returned, stronger than before, echoing in her ears and calling her name. "Lila." That night, as she lay in bed, Lila couldn't stop thinking about the stranger by the shore. Who was he? Why did he feel so familiar? And why did his words echo in her mind, pulling at something deep within her? She didn't know it yet, but this encounter would mark the beginning of a journey that would unravel the deepest mysteries of her heart, taking her into a past she'd long forgotten.